call that night when she didn't, ask for me. TPD, the Tallahassee Police Department, was here. She made a charge that a second employee shoved her to the floor and shoved her so hard that she fell to the floor. And yet I'm not allowed to know who that employee is. How can I take action?
That is the director of the shelter in Tallahassee, furious tonight while responding to allegations of abuse and poor conditions at his facility. This is all happening 3 days after a woman came forward claiming that she went undercover as a homeless person and a volunteer there asked her for sex. Good evening. I'm Mika Highsmith. Thanks for watching Wtxl ABC 27 News at 11. There are now 2 separate investigations looking into inappropriate behavior and conditions at the shelter. Wtxl's Rockman Johnson spoke to the woman who's making the accusations. Here's the latest. That was Rockman Johnson reporting. The director of the shelter, Wtxl Abc, says he has several meetings scheduled over the next coming weeks to look into this. In the meantime, if you or someone you know is being abused at any shelter, you are urged to contact city commissioners. Just head to our website, Wtxl.tv. New tonight, a 19-year-old boy is in the hospital after deputies say he shot himself in the leg. It happened just after 5 this evening on the 4400 block of Sonnet Drive. Deputies say Tavares Ford has non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to be okay. The investigation is ongoing. And we are awaiting autopsy results on a woman whose body was found in a pool bathroom at a Tallahassee apartment complex. Deputies say this man, 34-year-old Stephen Ives, is being considered a suspect after he walked into the Leon County Jail wearing a blood-stained shirt and reportedly told correctional officers he was there to turn himself in because he had done a bad thing. From the information Ives told deputies, they eventually found the body of Mary Scurry in a poolside restroom at the Hickory Hills Apartments on Jackson Bluff Road. Detectives say they have confirmed that Ives had been arguing with Scurry. Court records show Scurry had a restraining order out on him. And police are searching for the person who held up a Tallahassee Subway restaurant. This is video of that restaurant on the 3800 block of North Monroe Street. Officer David Northway with the Tallahassee Police Department tells us a person with a handgun walked into the store. That's when one employee took off through the back door. Northway says the armed gunman then went outside and fired one shot at the employee. They were not hurt. No word if or how much cash the gunman got away with. Anyone with information is urged to call the Big Bend Crime Stoppers at 574-8477. And a South Georgia teen will spend the rest of his life behind bars for a fatal shooting. 19-year-old Xavier Jones was sentenced to life in prison plus 25 years today. He has been convicted in the 2010 shooting death of 15-year-old Christopher Crumby Jr. in Thomasville. Crumby's body was found on the 800 block of Fletcher Street, lying near a sidewalk. Authorities say the teenager appeared to have a gunshot wound to the head. To politics now. Will Florida teachers get a pay raise? That's the plan if the governor gets his way. Today, Governor Rick Scott working to woo members of the Florida School Board in an effort to give teachers pay raises. The board meeting today in Orlando to talk about the governor's request for $2,500 raises for all teachers. He bases the raise on teachers earning the highest overall grade from the National Council on Teacher Quality. A measure to grant domestic partnerships to unmarried couples will get its first hearing tomorrow in the Florida Senate. Senator Eleanor Sobel of Hollywood says her bill would give unmarried couples, gay or straight, equal rights. She says her bill would not interfere with the 2008 Defense of Marriage Act, which bans gay people from marrying. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender advocates are hoping the climate is better now since President Obama began to support their right to marry. And speaking of the president, his immigration reform bill coming under fire tonight while members of Congress are rejecting parts of his plan. Plus, can you imagine sitting on a plane trying to calm down your baby and a stranger takes matters into his own hands, slapping your child? What's next for the accused?